everybody, and welcome to another Doctor Who review. This time I'm reviewing a David Tennant story, The Unicorn and the Wasp. Since it is a revived series review, I have no television companion. Let's go a little bit into the plot and then go into the best bits and the characters for the story. So, we have the Doctor and Donna arriving in 1926 England, and Agatha Christie is joining a party at Lady Edison's. Society is abound with rumours about who a thief called the Unicorn actually is. They think that Christie might be able to figure it out with her famous nose for writing. The Doctor and Donna blag their way into it, and after the murder of Professor Peach, the Doctor claims he's from Scotland Yard and goes about finding out more about the murder mystery. Professor Peach is killed by lead piping in a study. We then have the housekeeper, who was killed by a gargoyle that flattened her from being pushed from up high. We then have Lady Edison's son, who is killed by a knife in the back after dinner with all the other guests. In the meantime, Donna encounters a giant wasp, and the Doctor realises that the wasp is an alien called a Vesperform. It's found that Reverend Golightly is the Vesperform, who happens to be the son of Lady Edison, the secret son. Lady Edison, 40 years before, had an affair with a Vesperform and was pregnant when she returned back to her house. The son was put in an orphanage, who became Reverend Golightly. After the Reverend had a bunch of thieves attack his church and burgle his church, he got so angry he started turning into the Vesperform. There's a brooch called a Firestone that Lady Edison wears. This stone has the essence of the Vesperform DNA, and with Edison's obsession with Christie, the Vesperform form of Golightly takes on murders in the style of Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie takes the Firestone to a local lake, where the Vesperform is then thrown into the water after Donna takes a necklace from her and throws it into the water. Christie loses her memory as part of the shock, and it explains why she went missing for 10 days in 1926. So that's the basic outline of this story. Now, let's have a look at some of the bits that I quite like. I think the comedy between the Doctor and Donna is quite funny. There's a couple of comments that Donna makes throughout it with this copyright Donna Noble when she gives all these book titles that Christie hasn't thought about yet. I thought that's quite funny. We then have a couple of elements of the Doctor going off a little bit when there was scenes halfway through where the Doctor's interrogating everybody, including Christie, and he then goes onto the seat and starts reminiscing about Charlemagne and Belgium, which is really confusing and really funny. Donna seems to use the magnifying glass against the Wasp, initially because the Wasp was trying to attack her in the secret room that Lady Edison had locked for 40 years, which had a teddy bear in it, indicating a child of some sort. It was interesting seeing that and seeing that situation. The magnifying glass, she thought initially was used because the sunlight was coming through the window and, to pain the Vesperform. But later on, she uses it again and it does affect the Vesperform. So there is some sort of relation to glass and maybe the Firestone itself as part of that. The Unicorn happens to be a petty thief who manages to escape back to London as part of all this, which was interesting enough. And everybody does not suspect Golightly till the very end. A couple of nice little elements here, a bit of comedy going in as well. It's a nice light-hearted episode, throwing in some elements of Agatha Christie, but it does work overall for me. We go into the characters. We have the Doctor, played by David Tennant. At the pomp of his powers, he certainly has a great relationship with Catherine Tate's Donna Noble, and I think the best bit is when he's poisoned by the cyanide, and he's trying to generate some enzymes to blow out the poison, and the whole charade that goes on, literally charades that goes on, of the Doctor trying to tell Donna what he needs from the kitchen, and the whole dancing and the "oh mammy" and the bit at the end when he says "have a shock" and she kisses him. It's quite a funny little sequence. But overall, it's definitely the 10th Doctor with his serious points, his comedy, his fun. There's a reference at one point made about Charles Dickens with ghosts in at Christmas. which is a reference to I'm Quite Dead from series 1. The Doctor kind of gives Donna a look at that, saying, yeah, whatever. It was quite funny how that works. Catherine Tate is brilliant. It's definitely OTT Donna in some respects, but fun Donna in others. I think she certainly shows how she is such a great companion with the Doctor. Great foil for each other. I love the dynamic between the two of them, and Catherine Tate just smashes the board. Whatever she does, it's really good. We then have Felicity Kendall playing Lady Eddington. You get the sense that if you didn't have Felicity Kendall, you could probably have Zoe Wanamaker in here doing it, because it's kind of that posh lady, older lady coming through. Felicity Kendall does a good job with this. It's a nice little role, a quite fun role, and she does take it rather lightly, and it's actually quite amusing seeing that, and it's a nice story to have like that. We've then got Tom Goodman-Hill playing Reverend Golightly. Yeah, an interesting character. It's supposed to be this meek and mild character, but then turns out to be the big bad at the end, which is a really interesting idea. A couple of other shout-outs. We've got Felicity Jones making an appearance as Robina Redmond, who happens to be the unicorn. Nice little turn, pre her being famous, and it's amazing how many people from Doctor Who have actually been, who we know as famous now, who started their life in Doctor Who, had a part in Doctor Who. Kerry Mulligan, Andrew Garfield, and now, of course, Felicity Jones. Really nice. It's nice to see back Christopher Benjamin playing Colonel Hugh. He's playing a pompous kind of old man who's supposed to be in a wheelchair, but this Edinburgh Field, actually, he isn't in a wheelchair. He's doing it because he feels like Lady Edison, his wife, might run off with somebody else, so it's his way of keeping her with him. But it doesn't seem to matter. She loves him anyway, and he doesn't see that. It's like an insecurity, which I think is really quite good. There are a few other characters in here that are but they're very small in their roles, so there's not really much I can say about them, apart from Fenella Woolgar playing Agatha Christie. She's certainly playing the stereotype we know of Agatha Christie. It's mentioned that she's just found her husband having an affair, which was true to life, and the fact that she's written 6 books by this point, which is nice. I think it's portrayed very well. I think it's a really nice portrayal by Fenella Woolgar, and it's very nice to see. And she's quite a fun character to look at. She's quite a fun character to appreciate and watch, and I quite like it for that. There is a few interesting other bits I've got down here. The fact that Agatha Christie loses faith halfway through that she can't solve the mystery because it's too difficult for her, and the Doctor has to coax her into doing it. It's obvious she knows what's going on. It's quite obvious from the beginning that the plots and the way people have been killed is very much Agatha Christie-esque. The Vesper form itself, nice design, nice way of portraying it. Obviously CG. It's a big wasp. Bit scary for me at the time. Obviously I appreciate CG, so the realism is not quite there. It's not like the fly insect model they had in the Green Death. It doesn't creep me out. You can tell that there's a slight take away from reality from that, which is okay for me. Gareth Robert does do a good job. There's lots of comedy elements in there, which helps keep it as a light-hearted episode. It's kind of like a kind of break between what is classed as probably a slightly darker episode, the 2 episodes to follow. It's a nice little light story to see you through to the next 2-parter, which is the next ones you see, which is Silence of the Library and Forest of the Dead, which is interesting itself. So it's a really interesting story. It's right slap bang in the middle of the series. It could be placed anywhere in the series, but I think it works where it is. It's really quite nice. Graham Harper, nice direction. It's not his last time he's on, but it's one of the last, and it works quite well with Graham Harper. I do like the direction he does on this, and I think it's quite well done. Graham Harper has established his direction style since Caves of Androzani, and it's nice to see that style continues here. I think Graham Harper, though, works better with characters a bit more depth. This one's a bit light-hearted, but what he gets, he directs absolutely fine. And Murray Gold's musical direction is very much keeping within the period, but it's not overpowering. It's just lifting parts of the scenes when it comes out, when there's chase going on near the end with in the cars with the Doctor and Donna and Christie chasing the Vesper, or the Vesper and chasing Christie. That was interesting, and the music kept the tension going. Apart from that, the music's not ineffectual. It's not causing any major issues with the story, and I actually quite liked it as It just complement it quite well. Overall, I like this story. It's quite fun. There's enough script there to make it entertaining as it is. It's going on elements of Agatha Christie, so you probably would appreciate it more if you understand how Agatha Christie works a bit more than just the throwaway lines they have throughout it. It does work better for that. Overall, I would give this a rating of 3.5 TARDISes out of 5. Okay, let's see how that story stacks up with the rest of the stories I've reviewed in the David Tennant year so far, and how it stacks up with the rest of the stories I've reviewed for the TV series so far. The Unicorn and the Wasp sits in with 5 other 10th Doctor stories at 3.5 TARDISes out of 5. They are The Christmas Invasion, The Runaway Bride, Tooth and Claw, The Next Doctor, and Gridlock. The 2 lowest rated stories of the 10th Doctor's era so far are The Idiot's Lantern and 42 with 3 TARDISes out of 5. And the highest rated story of the 10th Doctor's era so far is The End of Time, with 4.5 TARDISes out of 5. Overall, there are still 2 TV stories rated at 2.5 TARDISes out of 5. They are Time Lash and Sleep No More. And at the top are 7 stories, including The End of Time, with 4.5 TARDISes out of 5. The other 6 are The Happiness Patrol, Inferno, The Day of the Doctor, The Caves of Androzani, The Tomb of the Cybermen, and Dalek. That's it from me. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this review. Tell me what you think about The Unicorn and the Wasp. Leave a comment down below. Do you like it? Leave a comment down below. Do you not like it? Leave a comment down below. If you like this video, please like it, share it with the hashtag teamstructor. Hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell if you like the channel as a whole, so you know when a new video comes out. General rule, new video every Sunday at 4 PM GMT. That'll be the case. There's a vlog next week at Sunday 4 PM GMT. Hopefully you can see me for that. But until next time, guys, thanks very much for watching, and you know what? I shall see you later.